Jokic is already taking home awards. Shadur Sanders is doing the same. And there's some good news for some Av fans out there. So this is your Denver Sports Daily for November 13th. Let's go.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
Nikola Jokic took home another award this week after his incredible performance in the last 4 games. Jokic earned the Western Conference Player of the Week award after this 4-game stretch where he was averaging incredible numbers all across the board. And that's going along with his MVP season so far, where he's averaging 29.7 points per game, leading the league with 13.7 rebounds per game, and also leading the league with 11.7 assists per game. It is no strange idea that Jokic could win MVP again. It would be his 4th. It'd be 2 times where he's won it back to back. And this is just an incredible season he's having. And I will preface this all with saying that we are only 10 games into the season. We are barely cracking the surface to anything that's going to happen. Now, there could always be things that happen down the line. But right now, Jokic is having an MVP season, and not only an MVP season, his best MVP season. If he keeps these numbers, it would be unlike anything ever seen in the NBA, in NBA history. It's incredible what he's doing out there. And I saw a stat yesterday, and I'll try to find it for you guys tomorrow. But the stat said that with Jokic on the floor, the Nuggets are a 60-win team. They are projected to win 60 points or 60 games, and that's with him averaging 36 minutes per game. That's the 36-minute stat. If you were to play 36 minutes every single game and be on the floor, we are a 60-win team, which is incredible enough. But on the other side of that, if Jokic was off the floor and it was everybody except Jokic, the Nuggets are a 1-win team. And that's with a lot of advanced metrics and different things that are popping up and building all these stats and taking everything into account. It's very, very detailed. So obviously that can move around a lot. But that's an incredible stat to have. You mean that much to your team that you're on the team, you're a 60-win team. Off the floor, we're a 1-win team. That is how important he is. And if that does not mean that he's the most valuable player, then I don't know what is. Because we got to look at the words there. Most valuable player. That is who's the most valuable to their team. Without Jokic, the Nuggets are nothing. So Jokic, I'm so excited to see where he's going to go for the rest of the season. Everybody who's counting us out, people here were counting us out, saying that the championship window's closed. I call bull. I don't think that the championship window's closed at all. I think it is wide open still for another 2 to 3 years. And with this past award that he won, this is now Jokic's 15th time winning Player of the Week. So just incredible. I want to see more from him. Just keep carrying us, Jokic. Carry us all the way to the finish line. Now, more with the NBA. The NBA Cup began last night. 16 teams hit the floor last night to kick off the 2024 NBA Cup. The Nuggets won't play in this tournament until this Friday, where Denver will take on New Orleans, the Pelicans, for their first game of the in-season tournament. But honestly, last season, I was a little bit down on this, but now it's kind of growing on me. The NBA Cup's fun. The Lakers took it last year because the script writers needed LeBron to win another ring. Kind of lame. That's my stance on that. But with all this going on, it's so much fun to see these little groups and see it count for regular season stats and then have them go to Las Vegas and play in the Emirates NBA Cup. It's going to be fun. I'm very excited to see where it's going to lead. I think that the Nuggets will do well. Their group is much easier than it was last year. I think that with all the movement that's happened around the league, the Nuggets have a much better chance of winning this year than they did last year. But very excited. It's going to be a very fun time. And with those 16 teams hitting the floor, it was really fun to watch, especially with all their court designs and everything like that. It's exciting. Now, moving on, Shadur Sanders won the Big 12 Player of the Week award after his incredible performance this past Saturday. Sanders led the Buffs to an incredible 41-27 win over the Texas Tech Red Raiders, where he had 209 passing yards, going 30 for 41 on those passes, and also recorded 4 total touchdowns with 3 through the air and 1 on the ground. And now there's a case starting to be made where is Shadur a Heisman contender? He should be. He really should be. He's averaging crazy stats. He's playing like a top 5 pick. I think that he will be a top 5 pick when you look at the talent around the college football and everything like that, and move it to the NFL. There's a lot of teams that need quarterbacks like Shadur, and I think that he's making a point with this standout season that he's having. And with him and Travis Hunter, I think that the Buffs can win out. I think that they're going to the playoffs. That's where my head's at. My head is immediately going to, they win these next 3 games. They got Utah, they got Oregon or Oklahoma State. They got a few more games. And then if they win out and go to the Big 12 championship against BYU, presumably, I think we win it. I don't think BYU's a good team, especially we'll kind of match it up. We're going to play Utah this week. So seeing how we can go up against Utah and with BYU barely winning against Utah, it'll be kind of a good little baseline to see where we're at. Hopefully we can go into Utah or play Utah and just demolish them. So I'm very excited to see where that's going to go. It's going to be fun. I think that there's going to be a lot of movement still left to be had. And yeah, I think that they are going to go to the playoffs, and I think that they're going to get a playoff game at home, and it's just going to be rocking at Folsom Field. Now, moving on, there is some really good news for some Avs fans. Captain Gabe Landeskog was back skating at Ball Arena on Monday, so hallelujah. Now, that being said, it is still not certain when he's going to come back. Nobody really knows, but last week, after he had a bit of a setback from his knee cartilage replacement surgery, he was seen skating this past a couple days ago. So yeah, good sign, great sign. He's back on the ice, and especially not just like on the ice, but he's back at home, Ball Arena. He's on the ice there. He's doing things that he should be doing there. Now, like I said, there's still no timeline on when he could hit the ice again, but there's definitely some hope after this news. And I do have hope for the Avs. I know a couple weeks ago I was very low on them, but they've been steady. They've been doing better. I do have hope if Gabe comes back. I know that there was talks about December, maybe January, but still no definite timeline. If he can come back this season and make an impact, that's a game changer for the Avs. Huge game changer. They would be a playoff team. They then would be a second round, at least third round, at least second round, maybe third round. I think that there's a lot of things that just Gabe being in the locker room does for the team. And if he's back skating with the team on the ice at home, it would be huge for not only the team's play, but for the team's morale. But that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily today. I do want to read some of your guys' comments right here. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Let's see. Cale Makar is also at the top of the early ESPN Norris Trophy voting polls, and Nathan McKinnon is also near the top of their Hart voting polls. This is the same kind of thing when I look at Nikola Jokic. These players are playing at the highest level, and they need to be winning the Stanley Cup. They need to be winning the Stanley Cup. They need to not be wasting this talent. I think that there's something to be said about that, along with the Nuggets and Michael Malone. There needs to be something said about if you have some of the greatest players in the league right now, you need to win more than once. You need to win the championship more than once, the Stanley Cup, and then the respective NBA Finals. You need to win that more than once with the players that you have on your team right now. So that's where I stand on that. But again, those players, huge. Hopefully he hits the ice sooner than later. I agree. I really think, again, bringing it back, the morale boost especially would be huge if he can come back. Just massive for everybody on the team. But that's going to do it for your Denver Sports Daily today. I will be back with you guys again tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will see you guys then. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.